Hey everyone, welcome back to Narrator Stories Recaps. Today we're looking at the 2002 South Korean thriller Sympathy for Mr. Vengeance. This is the first film in Park Chan-wook's famous Vengeance trilogy, filled with tragedy, betrayal, and shocking twists that show how far people will go for revenge. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe to Narrator Stories Recaps and turn on the bell icon so you won't miss more thrilling movie breakdowns. Now, let's get into it. The story begins with a brother and a sister. Han In-jun, who has green hair, is a deaf and mute. His only relative is his sister. In order to support In-jun to go to school, his sister voluntarily gave up her studies to work. But no one expected that at this time. His sister's lungs were broken and she was seriously ill. Not only could she not continue to work, but she also needed organ transplantation to live. In order to find the right organ, and in order to earn 10 million yuan for hand-by surgery, In-jun voluntarily dropped out of school and went to work in a factory. I don't know if it's because the factory's business is not good, or In-jun's work is not hard enough. Not long after, he was fired. He, who has no way to go, remembered the small advertisement he had seen before, and decided to sell kidney to save his sister. Simple equipment, a gambling aunt, rough methods. These factors seem to imply that this kidney is destined to be unreliable as expected. In-jun was deceived. Not only was the kidney deceived, he even took off his clothes. It was when he was depressed, the hospital called. He had already found an organ that matched his sister's. All he needed to do was to raise 10 million yuan for the surgery in a week. In-jun, who has no way to go, was anxious and not very smart, so he found his girlfriend, Meili, to discuss a solution. Due to the tight schedule and heavy workload, the two chose to take the risk and kidnapped In-jun's former boss's daughter, Suyao Shujun. On the surface, it was a kidnapping. In fact, it was to bring his daughter home. When the boss paid the ransom and then put her back, he wouldn't hurt her at all. In order to make the boss believe it, In-jun did a lot of work sending dolls and photos. Finally, the boss believed that his daughter was kidnapped. On the surface, the boss, who seemed to be beautiful, was actually very pitiful. After his wife divorced him, he was the only one left to manage the factory. For him, his daughter was everything. The boss didn't call the police, but chose to bring the money as it was, ready to hand it over to the kidnappers. Because in his opinion, people should be honest. Once you've paid the ransom, you can't hurt the hostage anymore. One phone call, one package. The boss sent the ransom to the designated place. Coincidence or not, just when In-jun went to get the ransom, in such a short few minutes, not only did his sister see the list of factory resignations in his clothes, but also indirectly learned that he kidnapped the boss's daughter. His sister was both disappointed and sad. In the end, he chose to commit suicide. In-jun didn't know at the time that the tragedy had come. When he was so happy that he wanted to tell his sister the good news of being rich, what he saw was a cold corpse. At that moment, he felt that the whole world had collapsed. Sad, In-jun chose to bring his sister's corpse and his boss's daughter to the river. After pacifying his daughter, he was ready to go to the bank to bury his sister. His daughter, who was supposed to sleep in the car, got in the car to look for In-jun. One foot slipped and fell into the water. Because of poor hearing, even if his daughter shouted loudly, In-jun didn't notice at all. In this way, an innocent life was lost. The police took the boss to find clues all the way to the river. He thought he could save his daughter's boss, but what he saw was his daughter's corpse. For decades, he had never felt so heartbroken. He even had hallucinations and pain. He decided to sell the factory at a low price and bribe the police with the money he earned to investigate the murderer and give his daughter justice. By chance, he came to the house where In-jun used to live to find clues. Accidentally, he heard the story of In-jun's anonymous application on the radio next door. After hearing the story, the boss immediately realized that the author of the story was the kidnapper, so he took the radio to look for clues. In the card that In-jun sent to the radio, he found the address of the buried sister and the relic. There was a note with In-jun's address and the relic. According to the note, the boss was going to find him and avenge him. The reason why In-jun made all the tragedies happen fell on the heads of the swindlers. If there were no swindlers, maybe all the misfortunes wouldn't happen, so he asked Meili to pretend to sell the kidney and find the new address of this gang to stimulate revenge. Meili made a flyer and easily completed the task. It turned out that Meili joined a mysterious organization against the United States every day. Her task was to send flyers on the street to recruit new members of the organization. After getting the address of the kidnapped kidney gang, In-jun broke in alone and killed all the members and ate their kidneys. But what surprised him the most was that when he went to avenge him, the boss came to his house. Although the boss already knew that they didn't mean to kill his daughter, they didn't plan to let In-jun and Meili go. Before he died, Meili begged the boss to let her go, because if Meili died, the members of the organization wouldn't let her go. The angry boss only wanted revenge and was not afraid of death at all. Unexpectedly, Meili died. Unfortunately, the delivery boy accidentally saw Meili's body and was killed by the boss, who was afraid of being exposed. Jun came back from revenge and found that Meili was dead. He was both sad and helpless. He didn't know where to go next because of Meili's death. He couldn't go home anymore, so he came to the temporary residence to take a break. But he didn't expect that the boss came to his house and slept soundly. He was so lucky that he couldn't stop him. Jun decided to attack first, but he miscalculated. The door was electrified. Jun, who was stunned by electricity, took his daughter to the drowning river and killed her. Just when he thought it was all over, four strange middle-aged men came to the river and surrounded the boss. They stabbed him in the chest with a knife and a note with Pingzhang and Dahongzhang on it. It was clearly written on it that the execution should be carried out immediately. In the end, the members of the organization killed the boss to avenge Meili. 2 families, 5 lives became cold corpses. When will the revenge end? I heard that everyone paid attention. Your support and encouragement is my biggest motivation. See you in the next movie. Please subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching. See you next time.